Does anyone else ever just get the silliest ideas and then find that you can't focus on anything else until you've acted on it? It's probably just me. Anyway, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Michael. I like wizards and dragons and making games, and Morse code and GameMaker. This was one of those just silly ideas that struck me one day, and I just had to spend 2 hours hammering it out before I was able to get my mind to focus on other things. I don't know if anyone has actually wanted to use Morse code in the game for any reason, whether that be for a puzzle or for an Easter egg, or whether that's actually some part of your game's mechanic that you want to include. But if you've ever wanted to do that, here you go. Writing the code to do it yourself isn't really difficult per se, but it can be a little bit tedious because you do have to account for every single one of the characters that can be represented by Morse code. So to speed things along, hopefully, I did write a little GameMaker extension for that one day. The link to this itch.io page will be down in the video description. You can go and download the files. You can go and download a little demo program. The demo program looks like this. This allows you to put in your input text and see what the equivalent Morse code would be. You could also put in some Morse code text, and it will you can decode it to the original. This is case insensitive. As you can see, Morse code does not differentiate between capital and lowercase letters. If you wanted to use this in your actual GameMaker project, just click and drag the YYMPS file into your project, add the one single Morse code gen script to your project, and that is just going to include two functions that will do the conversion for you. First, let's draw a set font, something besides the default GameMaker font, something a little bit bigger. Second, let's draw some text at, let's say, 3232 in the room. The string that we can draw, we can convert text to Morse code with Morse encode. I need to think of a string to convert to Morse code. I have an idea. Alright, that should spit out some dots and dashes on the screen. And indeed, we have now transcribed this entire silly, nerdy limerick into Morse code. And of course, if you wanted to go the other way, you could draw text 32. Let's put this one a little farther down at line 320 or something. And you could say Morse decode. And you could pass in that big, long, stupid string of Morse code characters. This may need text wrapping. This may not all fit into one line, which may slightly ruin the joke. Let's go with draw text extended instead, separation -1. Width can be probably about 960 would be good. And you can decode Morse code text as well. Again, if you wanted to hide an Easter egg in your game or something like that in Morse code, or if you wanted to include some stupid limericks or jokes or something like that in your game in Morse code, feel free to use this extension. If you want to see how it works, you can always open up the code and see how it works. This is just written in about, I want to say, about 150 lines of GML, and it's basically one giant lookup table for all of the characters and what they encode and decode to and from, with a little bit of extra code for handling spaces and slashes and that kind of thing. Most of the common characters that you would want to encode in Morse should be included here. There are a few that are not. The letters A to Z, 1 through 9, 0 through 9, common punctuation. There's a couple of non-Latin characters. There's a couple things like vowels with accents over them, which are not included here because there are a couple cases where multiple characters have the same Morse code encoding, and it would become ambiguous which character you're trying to decode from. And so I decided against including those, but there you have it. This is Morse code in GameMaker. Feel free to use it. Feel free to add this to your library of things that you might want to draw from in the future. I don't know. I spent not very much time at all on this. I just did it because I was bored one day. So, my name is Michael. I like wizards and dragons and making games. Sometimes I just make things that are completely stupid for no reason other than that I want to get them out of my head, such as this. I hope you all found this useful. I promise most of the game dev videos that I make are a little bit more serious than this, at least most of the times, and I will see you all later. Special thanks to Army Armbuster, Edward Holt, Emily Koyo, GameMaker, Gunnar Clovis, Posho, Sindra Larson, Squarecrow, The Nothing Happened, Tusk, and Zenjamin for supporting these videos. If you want to see your name in the credits or hear yourself shouted out at the end, head on over to the Patreon page down in the video description to join the fun.